not Komon-Tok, in case you don't know. Oh yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet, sweet mamas alone. Now we all for come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, it no matter. Anytime where you go, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we for turn up Tanga one, inside Sierra Leone. Let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon. In case you don't know, this now Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
From the streets of it down to the world beyond, we the yarn about the things we the hold strong. Political talks we no go shy, migration stories should no go die. Entertainment we go dance to the beat, health and well-being make we rise from we seat. This now we platform, we go speak the truth. For the young and the old, now we voice be the roots. Komon-Tok, you go hear we loud. We no go hide, we go make we proud. From salon to the world, we just stand and talk. Come here we are, now we message for Komon-Tok, this now we voice. R&B soak, we make the choice. From politics to health, we just stand firm. Migration and vibes, we the confirm. Komon-Tok, now the place to be. We the young and clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, go yeah, we there. For the future, we the pave the way. We talk about the health, we need that for survive. Make the system better so we people go thrive. Entertainment this week, the music, the flow. But we still go young, the things we need to know. Political leaders make when I hear the cry. We go talk, I'm here, no we no go lie. Now Komon-Tok, we the stand for the truth. Make we rise for the sake of the youth. Oh, Komon-Tok, you go hear we loud. We don't go hide, we go make the proud. From salon to the world, we just stand the talk. Come here, we are, now we message for Komon-Tok, this now we voice. R&B soak, we don't make the choice. From politics to
yes. Family, now welcome back to yet another very, very important segment where they come through the Komon-Tok platform. And just like any other day, we know they're done with Komon-Tok them. You know that. Well, this is not a secret. This thing where we all they talk about the sea and the rampant fire incidents where they take place. In fact, there are shocking statistics where they come up from fire force safe, where some of you not be able to know safe. You know, we look at us maybe not just very small amounts. You can listen to the PRO of Fire Force this morning at 98.1, where they tell you more than 200 fire incidents that they take across the country. What does this mean? And of course, this morning, we'll also see 34 military hospital. We see the place, the stores where they keep the medicine, they catch fire. And Fire Force struggle for me them put that fire they don't. And this is just few days after one incident now, Watalo, Shamila, if the name correct, Shamila, after a state house, Shamila, and now 34. And the question is, what is going on? What are the authorities doing? We also see a statement don't begin come up from the political actors and leaders, notably Samura Kamara pull a statement. We get for can look into her. What in this statement mean? And we also see Marabido return and a post say you don't visit the site, and we go look into that. We also get some questions in people behind the scene, especially the fire incidents na State House. A lot of people get questions. People say, Lord, we look out for a clue. If Bank of Salon born, let we take as one of the connection where people, and in the absence of credible or trust, not to say government they provide information. No. Government they do very well, I go make and clear in their own way for provide information. But you know what lack? Not trust. Not trust. And you see, we can always talk, and it's a fact. Trust in the most simple way for explaining to you, not like a glass. You mirror. When you broke me brother, me sister, anyhow you patch, you must see that crack. You're not going to see that normal way. This is exactly what in the government is suffer so today. Elect perhaps and Tima, particularly when they get a criminal at the country. Bolly Jones, Sidona, Salon, they protect her. Then they come back now, the media, they manipulate, they lie on people. Eh? People don't go trust her. Then go trust her. People are not full. Yes, some people are full, but not all man full. So Bank of Salon, if you born, Boston say, Lord, we just watch out for Treasury. Lord, watch out for Parliament. And some people then say, even some commercial, commercial bank, they say perhaps some people now then time this now for pay themselves and clear out the tax. Anyway, as time they progress, we go look into that. And of course, if time permits, we go through a little bit of discussion on the SLPP level election. We'll be promising of a counter, and if it time permits, on the African stage, EU don't promise for invest 5 billion euro in South Africa. As you know, South Africa and the US are they at loggerhead. Most of the aid self they stop and there, and look like say this time sort of like a blessing for them. $5 billion and 5 billion euro investment, and of course in the international stage outside Africa, the war on tariff continues, and we will explain the implication, what they mean, and what we do as people. They fall and wait. Let God help we. Somebody call on this program, and I like that person name with him. He said, God builds you. He said, God waiting, God builds you. He said, God builds you. He said, not to, and it's true. And that's what he talk. He said, God builds you. Not to we no more God gets. China alone is more than 1 billion. India alone is more than 1 billion. America is more than 350 million. Europe is more than 500 million. I talk about the entire European Union. God get beaucoup thing for worry about it. Not so. If we don't like ourselves, we don't take ourselves serious, we don't do the right thing. But God help those who waiting. They talking. God help those who help themselves. Thank you. Well, I didn't see how we get now the table. When we come continue. We wait for guests. Somebody we're supposed to get somebody who help we analyze some of this issue, but we don't know. We don't know what's behind the scene. But anyway, as you know, we always get back up just in case. If you just join me for the first time, we are for this opportunity for welcoming a Komon-Tok with a different side within our YouTube. Perhaps also you see so for the first time, and how for joining me easy. Click the subscribe button, turn the notification bell. Each time we can live, you could be among the first person that will go send an alert. And we also then have Facebook with the name Komon-Tok as well as Instagram. Well, me, I'm Mr. Komon-Tok, and today na the 15th of April 2020. What they can just now.
Lisa Chesney needs to leave our shores. Manuel.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mamas alone. Now we all for come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you they do.
All right. right, so straight to the point. We not get nothing for waste. Just like, you know, we get to reach you another so. We all know waiting, sharing is caring. Please consider that. And also, one of the small favor we go do for me, when you come like the program, we will appreciate that. Why? Because that's the more or less tell the algorithm say we exist and potentially then we recommend that to potential viewers we get similar interests. That not the essence of they say like the program. And the other benefit now that you will save them for yourself each time you want to go over. You don't need to come again. I'll channel begin the search because you know so that a lot of tons and tons of information they count every day. But if you don't put it on more or less like mix yourself, you don't personalize that for yourself, it's very easy for you for let you go through there. All right, so again, I'm sure say yes, would you do that because this now we all get a notice. So now we don't do one for quite some time. Super love. All right, so the incident will take place in a state house provoke a lot of discussion, a lot of speculation, a lot of conspiracy theorism. People in fact, somebody be sent to me. This person, I made a name. I made a name. He said this now. This I'm sure probably some of you know. Let me just see. He personally sent this to me. Personally, let just see if I still get here. I did read that. I'm not going for putting with self. I did read that. He said, Mr. Komon-Tok, Keke Thomas should be held accountable for repairing all the floors that were damaged by the fire at the State House. The incident stems from his greed and his controversial decision to transform the State House into a personal bank account. It is widely known that Keke Thomas stored hundreds of thousands of dollars in his office. The fire appears to have been deliberate. The person said, appear to have been deliberate act to destroy evidence and justify the forced entry into what had essentially become its private vault. Somebody this not possible way anyway. Lord just tap and so. And some of us part this program don't call. In fact, some of them are not even right because, like I said, we get a lot of people that will discuss behind the scenes. Some of them, because of their position, they can't call. They know they call during live show because you know what's happening. It costs the line, of course. They show you the highway. Anyway, but they come on this one, the State House in Keke or Nandi, who they try to do that journalogy. Listen first. We get two. The head of Fire Force, Bonge, as well as the PRO. Then they're on the offensive. Then they're on the road for explain some of the incidents. But before you even put this one, well, I think let me just flash what happened this morning quickly. That we count now. This one that we see this morning.
Outside. From from this morning, this far okay. Look at from this morning, 34 don't get far. All is stored in the unborn. Now they can't blow on pure. Now they said that it's inside the drugstore there. Now the drugstore. Now the drugstore from this morning. Yes, if I don't get a lot of things. From this morning, the fire, we don't see that. Yes. Look at. Outside unborn. Yes. Okay. What about the home? What about the home there now? Yes. Yes. Well, I want about the home there now. They all they born back.
What's my would talk about it? We buy it, they forget bouncer.
But I know they talk so.
Me na Pistamino, the bouncer me again. Always, they know around me.
Look at outside unborn, outside on take over fire.
Now the Fire Force Mokadi Sway don't come. Now the fourth one this.
three don't kind of able to the fire. The fourth fire don't can so for can help more back for can out the fire. The hospital this way they go. The fire force this. Three don't go away no able. The making for this where they can for can help. Now the situation for normally the situation.
I don't think it is here. I think it's on this side. It doesn't go over jet up.
Right, so again, so this now the unfortunate incident where Muna Sisu, and I'm sure okay, not to Lord, we just this is the other part of the other part of this.
As you can see now, the body, the entire building is on fire now. The entire building, I need to pass through. Now who's dealing with that? How's dealing with that store? 34 store. 34 the drug store and I don't find out. 34 drug store. I don't find.
One day east, one day central, and one day west. Well, we can't. But all this info waiting the fire force PRO began for say regarding the fire incident. We
likely don't start for say. The Fire Authority Act of 1980, it gave you the sole mandate for respond to all fire incidents across the country and also for the search and rescue operations.
Okay, go ahead.
And as you also said now, you into, we don't get Boku fire incidents in this year. You know, normally during the dry seasons, we can get high rate of fire incidents because of the climatic conditions. Fire can tend to thrive more easily during the dries than as compared to the raining season. But this year, it don't become worse because looking at the statistics from January to now, you know, yesterday I've been in Liberty and SLBC where they give them with statistics say we don't record until like 225 incidents across the country. It was surprise from Bullen for no say as of today we don't get additional 6 fire incidents. That from yesterday to today we don't get 6 more fire incidents there, including 34 government hospitals. As I talk to you now, they're on fire. We try to combat the situation. The drugstore they're on fire, so it don't become very very worrisome. And of course, Freetown get the highest by this percentage. Where I don't give so about 140 something fire incidents. Them happen at Freetown no more, and I more they get fire incidents then. So it worrisome, and it don't become more worrisome when most of the causes of them fires they are get to do with electrical fires, what we can call Class E fires.
Okay.
Yes. So now that's not the present status of fire incidents them, and it happen on a daily basis. Just imagine from yesterday to today, we don't get 6 additional fires. That they tell you the pace at which it happen. So it really worrisome, and like I said, it gets with electrical fires, we range for many things.
So Bintu, in terms of the causes now one, but why waiting cause for let the country reach to the stage for just to see fire that they all engulf building and other structure them?
Well, from we own side, we think say now human errors them. You know, they do a lot of things them when hazard them, where they lead to them fire incidents there. And another thing we need for embrace safety measures. You know, most of them fires there we were able to prevent them or mitigate the effects. If no more, we embrace safety measures. I think that one thing that they also will need to take very serious as a country. And of course, like I said, everybody getting part for play. Where I come to the electrical causes, you know, we go see say we all get part for play for reduce this drastic rate of fire.
So the incident and the record of statistics, so you just get including the state house will see, I mean, a set of the building also don't be a victim of fire incident caused by EDSA also?
Exactly, included.
Okay, included.
Yes.
I wanna know that for say all the fire incidents don't be including state house also caused by the bad lights with EDSA again.
Well, for State House fire, I'm not going to go in depth now because we don't conclude investigations actually, but we get a channel we get for where we cascade all the way to we don't investigate. So we're at the Ministry of Information and then go give out information to members of the public. You know, a very important building, so not go the one for the cut and joint stories, one for get an holistic approach to the information they give out to members of the public. And another very serious fire will be happen at the one Waterloo, that Shalima fire incident, where we even get 1 possible loss in life life, they say be very serious. And that be as a result of some negligence as far as we investigations concern as of now. Because you be get factory where they be in, where they deal with board, and somebody just gets put light, exposed light, they way, of course, are highly combustible materials, and then they very easily attracted to fire. So that will make that fire they be escalate where somebody be get for loss in life sorry. So now that's now the reason of that fire. Then of course, like I said, the State House file now will get the report of them very, very soon from the Ministry of Information.
All right, so Fumble, this year alone, 225 incidents there don't take place across the country. And this is from January. This is from January to now. From January to now, more than 200. And in fact, most of them are from Freetown. But what do we know? Now 3 fire radiant that in the country. One day na side street, one day Eastern police around there in the east around Eastern, and one day na Lumley, according to which we understand. Now, forget about the condition force within D. Some key areas and some key building there, for example, certain key military facility, hospital there, like the 34 Wellness, one of the referral big hospital, they're supposed to get their new own fire radiant. The State House supposed to get your own. Cockrell, the police, these are infrastructures where they don't put modalities in place where these are like contingency in place, plans in them for don't put in place for where they were supposed to they stand by just in case accidentally or whatever, at least they're able to mitigate. Almost millions and almost billions of billions would all lost now in short day. Publicly or privately, we never counter. We never know how much. We never know. Now, forget this one, you find it's not about just the political rhetoric. What's in people and they do, what's in this government to do regarding this one first? That's not the one thing first. What are the political actors and they do now the ground, that I make suppose for say we get opposition. In a an intense environment here, we forget a robust opposition, then for team up, then put tough resistance, tough questions, ask the government within a power, made and give answers there. Why we forget more than 225 fire accidents across the country? And to a point that even the state hosts, the papa, all the hosts them a bond, where guess what? Now, when the taxpayers the money, then go for pull that money there, then go innovate them. Would I go conduct an investigation for no? Was it a deliberate act? Was it an act of arson? Because many speculations, conspiracy theories they come out, like the one I read for you. So let's say Keketoma get some critical. Mind you, Keketoma, Keketoma, if you just so you know, now the lawyer for Boli Jos. Who that Boli Jos? aka Umar Sharif, who me you to know when the drug lord where Netherlands they want where government of Salon 30 days they drag them foot for even admit for say it in the country. And this I will confirm unto you from what you will know. And Keketoma na a lawyer. Now in the lawyer, all the paperwork, now in the so who knows? Perhaps certain thing they come, me man. I don't know. Like I say, we're not going to know unless we get a credible forensic, transparent investigation where probably not get any interference from politics, from government before we know what happened. Could this be perhaps Keketoma they try for cover in tracks? We don't know, because we also understand say the Dutch government they put serious pressure and then believe say governments not get no option but for hand over this. I know go for couch one of them this year. Go for couch with the build a program. We go for couch that Saturday. So that's the idea. That there comes the work of the opposition. But let's see what's in Samuel puts. Now Twitter. So Samuel take let me just see what he puts. All right, okay. Let's go waiting. Let's see waiting them puts. Waiting put rather. Samora say Sierra Leone under increasing fire disaster threats. He asks the question why. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, it is very worrying about all the fires in recent past, albeit without convincing explanation. He said just like what it is, without convincing explanation to the public. the cotton tree, the Minister of Trade in June. Yeah, these are very key things there. The Minister of Trade, yeah, better self way puts this one. The Ministry of Trade in June, Ministry of Social Welfare in 2019, and afterwards part of the Electoral Commission offices in the east of Freetown. You see, I could say, unless we get a complete transparent investigation on all of them, and these are key institutions in the country where take place and we're born. And why they're for born, we never know. I tell you, say not to say government need to provide information, but there is something lost, the deficits. The deficits of trust is minimal to a huge to a point that people in term they're not saying nothing with the government to talk with them will take them for serious anyway. Let's rush quick one. It's that even our farms, especially in the northern parts of the country, continue to suffer unexplained perennial fire disaster, yet we remain quiet. Today, we must deeply concerned about the fire at State House, our nation seats of leadership of 122 years since completion, coming after the destruction of the Electoral Commission office and the remnant of the historic cotton tree. These incidents touch at the soul of our history. Let us for once commit to safeguard our national heritage. While the cause of the State House fire remains under investigation, we urge the relevant authorities and indeed our very selves to take all necessary precautions to protect our public institutions and historic landmarks. These envied structures embody our past, our present, and our future, and our shared identity as true Sierra Leoneans. We cannot ignore the fact that these structures in many ways constitute the pillars of a national character we so desperately need to build as peaceful, united, and democratic Sierra Leonean citizen. We must remind ourselves that in colonial times, State House was used as the residence of the governor of Sierra Leone. It later became the official residence of the Prime Minister of Sierra Leone from 1961 to 1971, after which it became the residence of the president. The lions on the gate post are watching us with utmost concern. I like this one. It helped we bring on certain key information regarding the Ministry of Trade in 2021, the Ministry of Social Welfare, as well as the NEC. These are offices then where just born, where I'm sure plenty people just like what we said they asked, we don't even know the a clear investigation, not the way actually where they have public, where they put in a public, why then these are all of them key fear. We never know. We never know up till now. We never know. And that's serious. Now, all what we see, now explanation upon explanation. Now, let's pull this one first quickly, Samurayun. Of course, as soon as I know, Madabio doesn't return. These are the photos where they circulate on social media about in let me just see if we will put the photo for a quick one. One sec. All right. Okay. Yeah. So it's a following my return from Antalya Diplomacy Forum in Turkey. I had a guided tour of the areas impacted. But anyway, so people that they mock this thing, what difference will this make? People and they look for real life saving solutions. Not to your diplomacy, not to your visit. They need practical. In fact, to the point that we don't many times they put one video now, let me just pull this one first. We get one video we don't play many times here where we talk about. Imagine so what now 3 fire radiant and then the entire Freetown. The entire Freetown. One at Sykes Street, one at East, one at Lumley. And not to say the thing now millions of dollars then cost to. This is why people in the question then they ask them what do they say? Alt the unnecessary deliberate waste of taxpayers' money, because each trip look how much you spend.
Of course, I mean, if you take private jets for going to UN, you spend nothing less than over $100,000.
So it's on a budget. It's on a budget.
Over over $100,000. Well, sometimes it can be, these are for UN, but there are other side there, we don't know, because some of, if you see that man take one plane, and just like Uber, if you charge around, I mean, then go deal with you. If you want, maybe take you for the rest of the day, you go here for pay. I mean, you know, one time will be make Monaco chest to show the count for Mother BO. That was 2024. With NACCHES to say the count for Mother BO. We go able count for her. We go know how much they don't travel. We go know. But unfortunately, we can't stay retire. Pass Okaba, we can't be guna. Not so. We pay guna say, dear, be guna forgive me. We say they catch up with this guy. The guy now, Parman, Kutubu, Professor Kutubu, at one time at this program, he said if Salombi gets what we call Air Force One, Mother BO for the sleep up space in the calm down. Uncle poor country like we get a president insert we have said the country difficult. It has spent billions and billions of leons for travel when not got no business. Look like the last hour we go diplomacy conference. What is wrong with the Minister of the Minister of Foreign Affairs? What is wrong with the consul? Where they get the, or maybe the ambassador? What is wrong with these guys? Why then Ghana go represent we serve with some box for incident like this? These are we get the fire engine then dilapidated, then don't batang all one there. But yet still wait talk then say the jealous. And in fact, then what say they jealous? People then be say, you know, they go America. When America and then they bring their money so now, like small picking. Anyway, let me take you waiting Bonge to the head of the fire force. Because this is very important for me. Lord church on that side. But they can just now we share that contents the news conference. They can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much, Sierra Leoneans, for our patience and the idea state in my guys now for able to give updates. See, I don't go on the passive side. I will start by saying the strategy start. Precisely around 3:05 on that fateful day, we get a body call to the National Fire Force, to the State House they on fire. And what we do, we dispatch 2 of the new fire engines immediately for rush go at the scene. And when they reach the able for say some parts to the entire State House, some parts are installed in the 4th floor, the day on fire. And that's therefore generates interest in the fire service. And from that, we take about 10 minutes for you to enter the State House. We don't do that initial assessment. We don't send feedback to all commanders around Western area. We begin the operation immediately. The 2 engines then attack from 2 different plants. While they didn't attack, we able to marshal all our fire engines. Then all fire engines we are available in the Western area. Watch that fire scene. So I mean, before it is even 4 o'clock now, all the fire engines and in fact, it will interest you for say, me personally as chief officer, I mean, lead the operation. I mean, lead the operation from start, so till we finish the particular operation. And when we did that operation, we fight the fire. The intensity of the fire is on the top floor. Yeah, the 4th floor are 1 or 2 offices then, but at the 3rd floor, and like I say, are just within that inside the West Wing, the central part of the West Wing. So not to the entire West Wing with the fire, not the entire East Wing.
All right, so again, let's just tap that side here because most of them conversation here more just a more explanation. What will be the expect on the press conference? Waiting them for do for make sure say tangible result solutions. I think we don't get we guess we now Peter we yeah Peter you there with me? You there with me? Hello? I don't know if you dey get we or Peter, you dey get we? No, we didn't get you. Maybe if I go okay. All right, okay. I think you better now. Something like a sound they come up from your side. You dey get me?
Hello?
Yeah, you dey get me now?
Yeah.
All right, okay. And I'm being yeah, family. We welcome Peter one more time back. Of course, new na the platform, plenty pound I don't see where the handle issues there. Now one of the civil society there, we I think the very few civil society the way don't left at the country we at least get the courage for talk on behalf of the people talk with point. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway, it's been a while since you're here. Just in case you want a small thing, but you civil society organization, so that people can go area from the horse's mouth before we throw the mic to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Komon-Tok. Me na Peter Conte. I work for an organization called Community Action for Human Security, CASEC. Then I also happen to be the chairperson for human rights in Bombali in the northern region as a whole. And I don't work as an activist for the past 15 to 20 years now.
All right, thank you very much. So, like again, I'm sure you probably will follow the program. What's your take from a civil society point of view with a rampant fire incidents there, where they, I mean, across, notably the one that touches the nation more, the seats of power you take?
Yeah, sorry, thank you very much again. I think this morning I did listen to a radio broadcast we think you normally call Good Morning Saloon, we Amara Samura, one of the reporters them, they make the analysis about the issue of fire incident from the National Fire Force. And it is alarming. The reason why is alarming because Salone, we don't record them cases there, but it seems as if we know they learn from waiting don't they happen. And as you say, rightly at the seat of power, it becomes threatening, especially when we don't see it all happen. For example, we don't see who say it happened at ECSL fire accident. We don't see who say now it don't go na status.
Yeah.
And if that one day happen, it will show two things. One, is it that we not get equipment them for able control power fire? Two, is it that is a deliberate attempt for me a lot of other things them where they happen, many people are not able to account for them, because you look at the point where the incident they happen, a particular host them. Let's take ECSL for example. The time where the fire accident happened at ECSL, it was a crucial moment. Now let's look at status.
Yeah, it was a crucial moment. Yeah.
So the time where the country the battle force one with austerity, the country they battle with unemployment, the country they battle with a lot of other issues, low economic downturn, with the instability in politics where they go on. So you find out that and is this now something where we really need for pay attention to. And also it ask you also how many fire engines them we get across the country. For example, we see new fire engine them with and car with. They allocate now other part of the country, and those places where they allocate those things, those fire engines, the fire engine the way they've been getting, then totally done, absolutely. And now, for example, McKinney, the fire engine, they go out of the municipality of McKinney. That means if the outskirts fire incidents happen, they go there. Why? They say we no want to take the risk because the engine they broke down a road. They cover so distance they broke down a road. So now it's not a problem of delay in the response, but also the ability of the equipment for function in the capacity way for function. Now yeah. So if you find out that a whole region not gets a fire engine, for example, northwest region, not get fire engine. If fire accidents happen at Podloko, they're not able to because they don't get fire engine. If fire accidents happen at Karine, they're not able to because they don't get fire engine. If fire accidents happen at Cambia, they're not able to because they don't get a fire engine. So it boils down to the fact that waiting whose problem with Salon able address. Which one problem where the country go able address?
Very good question. Very good question. I like the question we asked.
Problem where we need for local. Unemployment, Salon able address them. Electricity, Salon able address them. Fire outbreak, Salon able address them. Price control, Salon able address them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dotina street, sanitation, Salon able address them. Picking education, Salon able address them. Look at the numbers them. We come back this year, we picking able sit worse. Why? Because of government policies. So it left you for look at Salon as a country, waiting we able address. Waiting we able address. And over 600 fire incidents them don't happen, yeah, from January, February, and March, just 3 months. Not even this one will happen soon as state also.
No, well, the PRO say now 200 and the PRO say now 225 according to their own statistic. Yeah, and yeah, from January to now, according to Bintu.
Well, we still need more clarification because waiting Amara Samura report this morning is more than that.
Oh well, yeah. We just don't play that clip. This not we just don't play the clip before you come. So you right. I not listen Amara interview. If you go send them for me, that will be fine because at the end of the day, we will do more comparison. Listen to this one, listen to the because sometimes we can get this confusion. Even with government ministers, one government minister will can say one thing. Another government minister will can say they contradict themselves, and good enough sometimes so they count those statements will put onto the people and will say, see, this is they confuse people. So for the fact that we get the fire force don't begin to two statistics that they draw some, I mean, provoke more questions. You go send them for me anyway after the continue.
Yeah. So we really need for look at waiting at capacity for response to an emergency. That's not the big concern where for we always want for no, because these are emergencies, and emergencies, Salon in particular, will not get emergency funds. But there are issues them where we always need for standby for, like fire outbreak, especially when to wildfire where they come on a bush. If na wildfire where they come on a bush, then we go say down in another incident. But within the municipality, within the big town, if we're not able to address or we're not able to respond to fire incidents the way they happen within the municipality, what about the outskirts? If we're not able to respond to fire accidents where they happen right within the central business area na Freetown, how you go able to address issue where they happen na Waterloo? How you go able to address issue where they happen at the peninsula? So these are just things them where we really need for look at critically and ask ourselves as a country, what are we good at? Because if you're not able to know what's in your weakness, and you know able analyze within a strength, then you go nowhere.
Absolutely.
So as a nation, we also need to know within our strength, within our weakness.
So long
term,
it's a good that you bring candid questions here, but when they come back, the people of Sierra, we know everywhere in the world, a government, the need for put them on their toes before they act. All over, it's not about Sierra Leone no more. All over the world, because government, just like an individual, if somebody know they can tell you critically some of your fault, if they feel say they do fine, you know. Unless, so what's in they go on at the country? One, what in civil society actually they do? Two, what in political actors they do? Okay, we don't see a good statement to come up from Dr. Samura Kamara. I don't know if you be listening will be counter. You will help we understand that side. But what are we missing as a nation for actually because person was sit under that state house where they call themselves government supposed for care for the people. Why? Not to favor they do them, because now then they collect money. Now people the money what they collect. So not to favor, now obligation because on a sit down day. But however, you need people for put fire, you know, we know how reach the other for put fire about them. What do you if you say the way forward? And what are we missing?
We dey miss two keywords them, yeah. One is patriotism, two is nationalism. These are the two words we miss. Because, for example, institutions might not get the capacity, but are they accepting the fact say they not get the capacity? No, because then they serve their masters. If institution, for example, National Fire Force, they not get the capacity, then come out playing and talking. But these people, even when civil society, they advocate for them, then they come back and say, no, no one lost a job. If we talk and just then go say, now we go tell civil society. These are issues. Because we're not patriotic, because we're not nationalistic. We support the one the way employee, we support the party we put in a power, and we forget about the country. We forget, say, every institution in this country, one, you for accept the fact say you get weakness and you also get strength. And when you accept that fact, you begin to tolerate other opinions where they strengthen your weakness. And when you tolerate those opinions where they strengthen your weakness and accept, say, indeed, with all sincerity, I get this problem. It just feels like somebody where get eyesight problem, they use lens, but yet still not accept the fact say they use lens because you want for me the lens aid them for me able to see clear. And instead they think say na bluff you want bluff. No, use the lens because it for aid you for me able to read clear, able to see clear. So that is the thing Sierra Leone we know they see. Every time when civil society bring up an issue, what thing they do now? Then tag you to a political party, then tag you to regional sentiment. Because you then are the southeast, you na SLPP. So even civil society in the southeast, issues the way they raise, they know they pay concern to them. Because then they say, for the fact that you then at southeast and SLPP then have power, you na APC, you know, now make you the raise issue in the southeast.
You know, for criticizing, so you undermine the government.
Yes. When you then at the north and APC then have power, when you criticize, when you bring issues, you critique issues of development, they say because you know SLPP.
So what are the way forward issues like the what you do?
The way forward, let's take the country first. Let's accept as Sierra Leoneans say we have problems, but we are ready to fix the problem. And we forget about party, we forget about regionalism, we forget about who that the label and who that not the label. Let's put the country first. So nationalism come to play. Patriotism, how you feel about your country, how you feel about the situation, and how much you're ready for change the situation. If we not feel the pinch of the situation, we not go get the willingness for change the situation. So now, how many people, they just feel like the analysis we can do around the world, they say now 5% of people get money, 95% them poor. But that 5%, they control the 95% because the 95% don't know the power where they get. So now in politics, how many people are there in politics? But yet still then control we, then divide we, and then rule we how they want, because we not accept we self say there are problems where we all need for come together and solve. Until we come together as Sierra Leoneans, like for example, the press release we then put. And my brother, I also they tell you, most of the fire accidents that will not happen at the country, the cause of the fire accident is unknown up to this moment.
Well, largely, then they blame. Largely, they blame ETSA. They say that ETSA and other people, and they say even the cable already uses substandard. Now, if you want and can connect you, and I get for buy the cable, and all man, you know, as usual, in normal situation, some people, I mean, cheap now they sell. People will prefer to go buy substandard cable, cheap cable, or probably even ETSA said they sell and give them. So we don't know how this thing, but there's a large in ETSA as a result of ETSA and electricity. You don't know the country. You know more than we are out.
Okay. More forget about the private people the private consumer them. Now more turn to state hosts. You want say waiting the engineers them we supervise that work. Na bad work then supervise. We want say the electrician we do that work na substandard material them buy. Even though EDSA largely get their own challenges, but also let's look at these places. It just feels like a government building collapse. Then you say, and at the cement where they use. Are we not blaming the engineers who supervise the construction? Are we not blaming the materials also they approve, the procurement processes they approve, the material they approve, the BOQs they make? Are we not blaming them? So waiting literally they say, if we blame EDSA, yes, EDSA get their own fault because the on and off, it bring problems. But also, is this mean say the materials them for all public houses them, government host them, we don't get fire incident, ECSL now and state host? Are we also saying the cable where they use the Chinese cable them? Then if na Chinese cable them, then also would I approve that BOQ day? Would I approve that procurement process day for buy Chinese cable for government and structure? Would I approve that procurement process day? Would I supervise that procurement process? Would I supervise that?
No, I get, but let's just jump into here. I know the angle side come out. This is the reason why we say we need then conversation there. You didn't the country. What is your position? Probably their role. What are they doing? Because, like I said, the only statement we'll see today, we look somehow heavy a bit na Samurayon a little bit. But what you make up of in statements? I don't know if you don't see on Twitter or you don't aware about in statements. But if you're not aware, what's generally what is happy with the political actors? Let's say the main opposition. What are they doing actually?
When I can look at the opposition coming out and make statements, I also they ask myself, where is your roadmap to development? That is the big question you need for ask them. Where are the roadmaps? And you don't ever achieve one where you didn't have governance, because you know why? The politicians they deceive every other people them, and they succeed for deceiving from independence. They don't deceive with papa them, they don't deceive with mama them, they still they continue for deceive we. Yeah, but more not fall for that cheap crap they wait and they put. Yeah, because in the first place, I always they say this. You want rule a country, waiting at your strategy, waiting you don't do before coming. I always they take this example from Trump. He say, even if I don't win power, but I'm close to the White House because my investment is close to the White House. It gets huge investment. How many of these politicians then really get responsible investment in this country? Responsible investment. Because always then they invest in the life of the people, not a responsible investment than they invest in young people for cost makers. Invest in this. waiting at the responsible investment, because you are coming to take the seat of power. And at the end of the day, you don't even get factory where they able to employ 100 people. So I see that statement, I see a lot of issues where it point out. But is that statement enough for change the equation? If you come there, will you not beat the same drum and dance the same music? Sheka Stephen, Albert Magai, and the others have danced to? Will you not serve the same global masters where every other country, except now Burkina Faso and other countries, that we don't
thank you. Let us hold it as said. That was a very good point where you joined, Andy, and that lead us to IMF. This now one of the topic we'll discuss yesterday. But being as a civil society, and not say you know man way una organization generally, despite focus on human rights, of course, this part are part of this. What you make up of these these pause? We don't confirm and say IMF don't pause funding to Sierra Leone. One of the reason governments they spend, I mean, what did they say? They spend what you not get, and some of the conditions where they give them for at least they get what is strict monetary policies and for let them able squeeze people and for let them get money for pay or for meet certain benchmarks. What you make up of this letter we come up from the government itself, and this information I'm sure probably say IMF don't pause funding that saloon unless the government meets certain key demands. What you take?
Yeah, na a shocking statement, but not to a news. Yeah, not to a news, because we all know say the way things them they go again for result to that, because even for where they receive donor money, yeah, you get accountability measures where they put in place, and those accountability measures then they tell you say donor not they support this, donor not they support that, donor not they support that, donor not they support you mama and papa funeral. Yeah, so there are things
they talk to the
you need for, but one of the things we don't come out clear now the reckless spending, and donor no care about
so reckless spending. Who say what you feel say reckless spending don't talk about who don't target?
How we go say we don't spend on this thing for the past 1-2 years, then at the end of the day we not able to sustain them. For example, more just take feed salon as one thing. Yeah, the Tomabom project. The Tomabom project, we see the money, we go there. At the end of the day, where the rest, waiting it change in the market. Waiting it change in the market. Because every input, there must be an output. The result. So if that one they not able to change situation and not reflect on the people, and we forget say these people also, then they're part of we. Most of these donors, when they give them money with all these conditions, then also they monitor government how then they spend them. And me, from when I see the 2025 budget allocation, where they tell we say 59% of that budget, yeah, they go on debt, both domestic and foreign
debt servicing.
Yes, both domestic and foreign.
59%.
Yes, and we look at 40% where they go on wages and salaries. Then 1% left for capital project. So you know exactly say you not go run a nation where bulk of your money not they go on capital investment projects where they reflect the life of people and directly.
But this one is outrageous. It really serious. 59% only on debt servicing. Wow.
Yes.
And 1%. So wait, so the 1% now they defeats alone the five big games.
Changers,
the big changes. Now they 1%.
Now they education now. Everything. Wow. So now, without donor money, we know they get money for the free health care. Without donor money, we know they get for support education. Without donor money, we know they support infrastructural development. Without donor money, we know they support road network. So all these things, it boils down to this 1%. So it come back with the caution, say, if the one way for give you money and set any condition for give you for complement this 1% where you left with, how you go able use them? And if you're not able to justify how you go able use them in an accountable and responsible manner, that person they not go give you. It will tell you, say, let's look at your expenditure plan. How you plan for use this money and which area. Because then also when they come, then get an interest area. Yeah, that is why they also sometimes they force policies them. We're not they in line with your culture. We're not they in line with what we believe. But yet still, and they force those policies, and we sign to those policies, and we force the policies on the people them, even though they know they resonate with what the people them stand for, because they want to get them money there for service these conditions, and also yes, and the global markets also they demand say when I give you this, you forgive me this. And now the West know they do propaganda again on the demands for resources now and around the world.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah. Not so totally they hide again.
We just see what the debate between the president this Ukraine and Donald Trump. He said this now the agreement. If you want for my, I assure you of my security, sign this agreement. Now this should they give me in turn. Yeah. So they know they make politics too much on them again. Then they make complain. When we give you this,
then they cover diplomacy. No, they against they put on giant one.
And any country will not agree, they not go continue for you. Instead, they put stringent measures for make sure say you comply. So if IMF they come up plain and say we they suspend, we see MCC for example, they say we they tie MCC with the recommendations of the tripartite. Now they say IMF with the time because one for C waiting una one for spend on this money. So despite to the loan una would they get interest, but also una for give you a plan how we go. So we dey monitor strictly. If you say now this you want for buy, now Maggie you want for buy and make sure say you better the life of the people, and with this Maggie we go monitor how you go buy, who say they buy the Maggie, the cost where they buy them, and whether you go sell and give, and with how much you they sell them. So these are just the conditions. Yes, and how much you they get, and how you they reflect to people. So this is just what IMF has put on the table. Say yes, we go suspend first, more get some further discussions, and more see una plan. Waiting and waiting una want for do if we give una this money, and how una think say this money also go reflect the life of the people, and how una go able pay me back, and waiting una go use for payment. Is it gold? Is it diamond? Is it what? So these are all the issues.
Right. Yeah, you know, it's really heart-rending and a burning issue where I'm sure plenty Sierra Leonean then show that concern you. But one of the key things where we look at I think we're not go. I just want to put something there. You see this one. What is going on with this campaign where you see internally with a cry, when they talk about things and vulnerable, you make something in the beginning of the program where I like, they said, now what you go able address now? I like that. We never address poverty. We never address road. We never address electricity. We never address even Ubele and fire access. We never address it. But yet still, Forbes magazine, when they see, when you read this, you see the amount of success story, beautiful Salona, like more or less, we don't do fantastic. We are at par with even Western standard. What's your take? I don't know if you said don't read Forbes 2025, where you see them feature up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Sierra Leoneans inside this one. What's your take? You don't read that? You don't get chance for the answer now?
Yeah, it just feel away in 2020 we've been get a lot of reports, and maybe when I go down away, I say there was this American farm we been get office na Salonia, we like I should say you must know and read that story there. At some point, they project a lot of stories we not true but Sierra Leone, but because
who's American farm? Who's American farm? Amnesty, Freedom House?
No.
Which one?
It was American media farm where later on they say Salon for pay them money. It was a contention, but it been then a status. Yeah.
Okay. So what you we know, the hire one lobbyist. I don't know if that lobbyist they would hire from America for more or less fights for the rebrand the content. And not so we just come out the election. We had a lot of issues there. So governments hire a law firm. One guy will hire a law firm. In fact, one of the job description now for make sure say it change the perception of the United States Congress towards Sierra Leone. Maybe something a part of that strategy they make them send newspaper, don't a media outlet. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So we they look at the stories them where they come on na certain parts of Africa, and you they look at would that them they put them stories then they not so the institution per se, but would that then na the Sierra Leonean, for example, where put that story there. Because
that's the point. That's the point. And una the civil society, there comes una your own.
Yeah,
that's the point. Go ahead.
Some of these things you're not even aware about that. Yeah, because Matt tell you the honest truth is government now also they establish their own civil society.
Oh, really?
And if these are civil society people we don't see a lot of clips them where they see this person, they say, mean a civil society, they mean a blogger, then at the end of the day, na civil society and a blogger, and always see the blog is about, and at the end of the day, they come out and say, yes, let me party this. So you wonder, who is paying you to do this? Because if you begin come out and say, mean a blogger, I get bloggers them, they mean a civil society, then these are the people where when people come, they want for talk. So the one the way they knock the ground, then they shield them, then get the one the way then they point out. No, go talk to so people talk to so people For example, we don't get several incidents where maybe government officials then they come in a certain place. We don't get that one in a Cambia. We see certain group of people that we say then a civil society. Then the Cambia civil society people and begin ask them and say, who say you come on? Who say your office then a Cambia? Or whose party they operate? And no, me head office then a Freetown, but they operate with partners. Which partners they operate with? So these are the people where then are the brown payroll
envelope.
Waiting, I mean the brown payroll, the brown envelope. Yeah, then they but then they make an agenda, say, now we know this. And at the end of the day, when these farms then they come, then they don't select them already and say, go talk to this, go talk to this. So now I make us say, it matter who that then talk to for present an idea before now the globe say, this is the real picture. So until they begin break those barriers of selecting who they talk to and begin for say, can we go on the ground and even get a feel of waiting they happen? Can we go to Pujong?
Anyway, I get your points. This is the thing. I'm happy where it come up from a civil society point of view. These are things they would analyze there several times, and it's perfect. And that's why I said me while I keep quiet and they listen you. That's make the MCC people in the acts Naya on this platform, people that don't call. How a government where notoriously they kill in citizens, they pass MCC with distinction. How is it possible? Logically, they permit you. People that don't ask me now, they don't buckle me now with question. They don't buckle me now. Mr. Komon-Tok, tell me how is it possible? The previous government, not to say they can't praise them, but the killing, if they do comparison, the killing we seen at this government We not see her in the previous government. This is not fact, not statistical fact. I don't say person or died though. Remember one case, but I don't know if in a my 91, I don't know what incident take place. Person died at in a far day. But in comparison, this government don't kill more people there. And that government day, it became government, nobody pass MCC with distinction. I don't know if you get the point what it's for make.
Yeah.
It became government where nobody kill people there. And not be the pass with distinction, but a government who they say year in, year out. We must see Pademba, for example, which is a well-secured place. Don't need a pass with distinction. People enable just get this understanding. And this is exactly what we explain to them, saying governments don't do what they call state captured. Then get key all the institutions there. So then don't plant, they mend and they. And when the institutions there they come, then they go, in fact, of course, now by protocol, what you get for go meet the government, the host, you get for go meet them, you get for go lay complaints, I don't can, and unless they begin do on investigative format on their own, then we'll continue to forget skewed or incomplete or maybe inconsistent report where they reflect to the will of the people and I mean just like what to the CISO Forbes and the other one there. But anyway, I'm glad the way you mentioned that. I just about this on the point. These are the challenges what we get.
Yeah, you look at that point where you touch. You see the Human Rights Commission, yeah, then get grade A status, and they don't maintain them, yeah, that grade A status. And we see people and they file, protest them all over now the wall. People and they file with evidence, pictorial, documentary evidence about killings that we don't happen. Then they file case, for example, file na Geneva and other people, they file cases them about the government, about the extrajudicial killing will happen. But yet still, they see the one the way they give that grade A status to the Human Rights Commission, waiting and they tell you, and because of the laws them, now, for example, government don't pass the death penalty, they don't pull them now with law books. So the question always where are they asked, when last they kill somebody as a result of the death penalty? Where they say, okay, this way, because you don't do this, therefore shoot them to death.
That's what the law say.
When I saw the law say, in our law books. The death penalty been there now for just them political issues them. Yeah. But now, the extrajudicial killing, the killing where not they go through the legal process, it boku past the 10 where the death penalty been in our books. And we don't see report. The August 10 report make them very clear say there are particular killing, example for the one for Evangelist Samson, the need for investigate them because it has nothing to do with the August 10. So government need for do a thorough investigation onto that killing. And so that one day, even the reports make them very clear say, according to them, then think them say na extrajudicial killing. Because the killing will happen on the 14th, not get any bearing to waiting happen on August 10th. August 10th, the riot done and everything done. The 11th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. And government pull up a statement say, na crossfire. Crossfire between Huda. Huda be all gone at the other side. Is it that Evangelist Samson be all gone? So these are all the things where they say, yes, then they get grade A status for waiting for propaganda. And without then they do the propaganda, they have the mercenaries where they do the propaganda, where they do the undertone work. At the end of the day, then present them to the international community that this and this and this is what we've done. But when you come back, is it reflective of the people and lives them? No. We see the killing we have.
Anyway, I wish, yeah, I wish you probably get more time for expand on the issues there. But we don't go a little bit over with 1 hour can do programs anyway. Very interesting conversation anyway. But we go now with African news as always. Fambule, we go now South Africa as the EU don't sign 5 billion deal with them. They can't just stop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen unveiled the plans to support green energy and vaccine production during a visit to Cape Town. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa said the bilateral summit comes at a time of economic nationalism, referring to tariffs imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump. Von der Leyen said the EU was eager to deepen its relationship with South Africa.
Today, we are together announcing an investment package to mobilize 4.7 billion euro in South Africa, and this is in both our interest. It includes funding for the clean energy transition, but also funding to boost vaccine manufacturing. South Africa wants to protect the health of its people as well as your autonomy and your local industries. We Europeans want to diversify some of our most critical supply chains, and we know that viruses know no borders. So that is what I call a true mutual interest.
DW's Diane Hawker has been covering the summit for us in Cape Town, and here is what she told us about it.
This SA-EU summit has been 7 years in the making, and it does seem that the current global political situation has been a strong motivator for this meeting. South Africa and the European Union were at pains to stress that they will go and forge a strong partnership. And part of the reason behind this partnership will be that both organizations believe strongly in multilateralism as well as support for human rights. Now, the center of this partnership will be a focus on the just energy transition, with the European Union saying that it will make available 4.7 billion euro to assist South African companies with the just energy transition. South Africa has the minerals, the European Union has the know-how, and they believe that a partnership will see both entities using their different skills to boost the energy transition to clean, green energy.
All right, so as always, Africa, we get the minerals, we get the resources, but we'll not get the technological know-how, we'll not get the knowledge. I don't know if you want just rub more on this deal. Again, in one end, it's a good thing because when like we can say we one door shut, we were if the door, let's say God know they lock the door, not to lock the window. It must if not the door you lock, it open the window for you. Maybe one of them key partner win America, then get problem. But it look like the EU don't step in again with the huge amount of investment. But though sometimes some people in one become weary about this. Somebody just puts on the comment section say Africa need to stop relying on these people, you know. What's now you take anyway? We see some of this project.
Yeah, we don't see all these donor support or these funds and where they come, then get huge undertone, and the undertone always knocking allows sustainable development for Africa. We also don't realize it. Without countries, them don't make them up without support. Mali don't pay them debt. Yeah, Burkina Faso don't pay them debt. And now, Burkina Faso, they launch a strategy, say they want for Feed Africa. We don't see late John Magufuli, na Tanzania.
Yeah.
He prove say without donor support, he able to run Tanzania.
Yes.
Without no debt. So if we don't see these countries, now then they say Mali na military government, but yet still they don't pay all in debt. Burkina Faso na military government, yet still they don't pay all in debt. And now the agenda for Burkina Faso for Feed Africa, then for produce things them, where them for Feed Africa. Countries do them and succeed, pay them debt, work out, and get.
Well, that are the magic comes as a surprise. Those guys, they pay them debts there in short period of time.
So now it make me believe, say,
I think Peter they get issue with in line and family on a lot be around say salon the internet. Okay. Well, anyway, um, we go try for call am back behind the scene, and so now we go on the international stage quickly. The international news, of course, China don't pull another string, very very serious one on the U.S. market. What do you have?
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This story is breaking right now. What do we know?
Yeah, Anna, good morning. What we are seeing is a broader cachet of companies being caught up in US President Donald Trump's trade war, in which at least Chinese goods, they're being imposed a tariff of up to 145%. Now, what we know this time is that the Chinese government has asked its carriers to stop taking delivery of Boeing aircraft in the meantime, and this extends to aircraft-related equipment and parts from US companies. Now, this order came last week, just as China retaliated on the US with tariffs of 125%. And for the airlines, it makes the economics of buying an aircraft more challenging. It doubles the cost, frankly. And we have heard these warnings from a number of airlines globally, from Delta to Ryanair recently, about the warnings of aircraft deliveries being delayed. But in this case, for China, given this rapidly evolving trade war dispute, we don't know yet if any of these positions would change in the next week or two or longer. We have seen, for example, Donald Trump's position on Apple iPhones, for example, change.
Yes, indeed. Some of these positions have been stuck to by the Trump administration, and some have appeared more flexible, or he has appeared more flexible in how they are applied. So how significant is this then, Danny? I mean, what role, how significant for Boeing? How significant for Chinese aviation? What role do the two play with each other?
Well, it is extraordinary that two of the world's largest economies are facing off, and frankly, that Boeing once again caught in the middle of all of this. And for Boeing, China used to be one of its most important foreign markets as far as the billions of dollars worth of commercial aircraft it could sell into the country. And of late, over the last several years, it's been enormously difficult, and Boeing hasn't won a large aircraft order from a Chinese carrier for many years now. And it comes against the backdrop, frankly, of China trying to develop its own commercial aviation plane making capabilities. And so it's increasingly being squeezed out in the Chinese market. And when you look at the growth prospects of the next 20 years, the fact that China is going to account for a fifth of all aircraft demand, it does remain to be seen what role Boeing has to play in the years to come. But clearly on something like this, with Chinese airlines being asked to stop taking delivery of Boeing aircraft, Boeing, it said, had declined to comment on this story.
All right. So again, Fambulen, this Naoki always say. Now, if we unlink this one to what's in the happen at the country salon, I think it make a whole lot of sense. The tariff, it's all about tax. We don't try our best, and a lot of people in back don't do their best. So don't explain this in the most simple way. When they say, come on, man, layman thinking. When you had tax on any goods or services, the people, the provider or the manufacturer of those goods and services, then they take that cost, send them back to the final consumer. This is what is elementary economics 101, the basic. Well, this might not happen with the US per se. They may feel said and go use the tax as a weapon, the weaponized tariff as a way for control the global economy. But the thing don't turn in another way now. Boeing, where they produce, one of the best, or maybe this is not the most one of the most trusted plane manufacturer and one of the biggest customer, China. And China doesn't pull information, say, and they stop for Biden jet. Then they stop waiting for Biden jet. You see, that makes certain thing. Anyway, I think we get some calm. Just All right. You don't come. Let me say, take a little bit of. I'm sure probably you listen the tariff. I mean, you don't follow the tariff in general. Is there any way we will link onto Salon? Because the reason we make up what's up the time for talk. I'll be just want to borrow that example in the link and a Salon because government they tax the people every day they add more taxation on businesses across the country. When he puts that extra tax, the business people they take that extra tax back, put onto the final consumer, and the end result we know na squeezing, na poverty, na difficult, na grumble. What you take, you don't follow this tax, the trade war across for quite some time now. And is there any way we will link up with Sierra Leone? Lord, we understand that people can just benefit because this is a global and you get for affect you anyway. You get for affect you. In fact, if then give you 10%, Trump not exempt will, then even levy way. What's your take?
Yeah, at some point I've been cut off because of the bad network. We want for rain every year. But waiting we always they say in economics, they find out that go to the high tax them where they put, they encourage investors them. Also they sustain investors them. Because the more tax them, the more investors them also afraid for going to a country. Even businesses them where they within your country, the higher the tax, the more they go. And Matt, you Salon they lost huge money now. A part of the globe where you don't present as a picture. Salon they lost huge money. Now people them they go offload them containers than a Guinea, then pass by road. It's less expensive for pass by road. If you also want for travel for go Europe and other part them, you go buy flight tickets now Guinea, it's less expensive by $600 or $700.
Yeah.
And if that analysis begin come, you also they see the geopolitics where they are. The global politics where they happen around the globe. You they see America they say we they pull hand on this, then Russia they say we they support. You they see China they say we they support. So the geopolitics they happen all across. But what thing we want for see how this whole politics now we don't see the huge division where they come between America and China. And more just make an analysis. If China just decides, say, because the more the product them of America where they sell na China and not compare to waiting China they gain from the American side. America they gain more from the China side. So if everybody just decides, say, okay, it's not all about the international market regulation, may everybody just deal with Ion within Ion, then who is going to lose? Is America. So for me, this kind of politics, don't they begin get a spill over, like how Ukraine and Russia war get spill over till today with government still they say, well, things they don't wait and call because of Ukraine and Russia war. So now China and America then trade conflicts now where they happen, it get also get a spillover in Africa. But the good thing is the reason why the West succeed, for succeed against Gaddafi in the plan of United States of Africa, now because the West been there as a team. But now the West, some fraction don't begin come up.
Yeah.
Now you see Saudi in biggest ally, now Russia. So it's very difficult. Even the assassination attempt where they don't do all, they miss them.
Yeah.
Now they don't try the one them within the country. They're not able. Now that they bring mercenaries, they're not also they able. Because now it gets a strong global force where they behind them. So likewise now, America and China, waiting they happen. If America say they pull out on this, the EU they say we they come in and support. If they see China they say we they come in and support. So because of that one day, you find out say the division don't begin happen now the West, and now the battle for conquer Africa don't come. And because the battle for reconquer Africa don't come, now everybody in the West want forget an ally with Africa. And which countries them we don't want? Now they don't all the French-speaking countries. They are penetrating because the EU and America then get stronghold in the English-speaking countries. So now you see the penetration of these countries. You look at Russia now, they big road and lend you.
Peter, thank you. We're going for stop and there. Yeah, as time don't beat we. Famule, we just take 1 minute 44 seconds. We sorry. Normally we don't start for taking a call and reading a text messages. Nevertheless, the conversation interesting. We can just now after 1 minute 44 seconds. I turn for talk.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet mamas alone. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we for turn up Tanga one, inside Sierra Leone, let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this now Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon. In case you don't know, this now Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon for education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok for education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
Yes, Famule. We don't count at the other parts of the program. We can reserve for now for Leona said join on the conversation. Tell we which you think and which in you take. As always, we look forward to your own side of the story. All right, where do we go start for do first? I think we go with the text messages there along the line. I think we take this one. All right. Okay, I think. All right. All right. Yes. Yes. He gets the platform.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Now, thank you, sir. Thank you for good work.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
I was impressed by the guest just now. I enjoy the conversation. It's knowledgeable. But you see, Salon, we get a problem. This tribal and regional bias, we don't do in a Salon. All we talk about state capture and everything, and because of that, then people had to use them as a method of dividing to rule. So then they enjoy them, they don't benefit from them. Just imagine every office you go from the first to the fifth person, the one tribe. Any other person, subsequently, when they own that day, they'll get nothing for doing, and not go able to do any other thing. But when there was that radical inclusion, when the white man they left with all tribe, all mandate and one thing, yes, sanity been there at the good and color. I swear to God, I'm an aged somebody. I don't see this country. From the morning, now one region no more they disturb we, and one region. Now then the rule we, the way they go, now the ideology that they go with. They're not able to develop this country, they're not going to left farm. They're not one left farm. They're not one left farm. Check the history of all leadership of that country. They tell now. Momona turn Nengiam. When that man don't do what he do, with and call out. They wreck the educational system, wreck every system. Now then the ass in the way they call them for born we place them. We not get no way they call again for talk about of history. The country sorry. Them people are not going to do nothing or beneficial for we. They don't want left. Left this country, give people that we go do something, then we all benefit. Now the one and the political aspirants of that country, that tribe and that region, then they see what thing they happen. They don't say nothing. Because then they benefit from this divide and rule system. Ebo, this country now we all own. No one tribe no go constitute a nation.
Yeah.
None. So that one tribe no sit down and feel say no more that they get this country. Now we shall benefit from this country. Let God help we, Papa.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for your contribution. And yeah. Lord, we will take your tailor the sea. It's in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty, Bob Marley. In the abundance of mineral and other resources, the people are still suffering. Indeed. You're right. I agree with you. This is the issue. It's serious. It's pathetic, to say the least. All right. So now we had another voice. All right. So miss this one. All right. Okay. We missed this one again. Why? Okay. The phone is silence. All right. Okay. Perhaps it would able ring now. All right. Okay. Let's put on this way. Yes. Call outside. They call from.
Yeah, this is Kailondo.
Oh, hey, Kailondo. Thank you for joining us.
Sir, my brother.
Yeah. You get the platform. Yeah. You get the mic.
Yes, sir, my brother. You bring a very decent gentleman today, man. But Sierra Leone, our problem is we the people. It's we the people who got to save ourselves. This year I don't come up and civil rights, evil rights, this state capture, this. Now we get for free we serve. These politicians, they can't help us. You know, go see no visionary among them. This guy now Burkina Faso, this guy no one day travel. The only say we don't go na Mali, Niger. You not go look for investor there. Now investor then they can't meet them.
Yeah.
We have what the investors need. You don't need for go sell them. You get the merchandise already. We get the merchandise. We have it. We just need a figurative leader. You see, we don't get leader them, bruh. You see, the mistake we don't do na Sierra Leone. And Eskuruma before don't get a third chance for make that second city because that guy was on the right path. We don't get good roads. And what to make you be talk about that MCC money business? What to make you not be the APC? Because they work with China. The Western world not like that. And these Chinese people, when they come, they bring the work, they do the work. And when they left the work, now we get them. Now we the benefit after, bruh. But politicians, and they always do this mistake. We're not able to understand. Even we, the people, then now we get for stand up now. If not, things will go to the worst. House will become born house to house. We don't even know if it's electrical business. Maybe they get these Kamajo people. They're still underground. And right now, Nafole will stop for talk about this drug business, this Lord King within our country.
Bully Juice. Umar Sharif.
He go tell us he go repair the government building then. He go repair State House, he go repair 34. Just for they forget about that. You understand? We the people will get for stand, bro. We get for take the democracy now. We will have. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, as always, for your contribution. We go back. Abdul Sise, they say, if any of the Mano River Union country go into war with Salon, it will be lost battle because the other tribes will not go on to fight for this government. And Styles, they say, at the moment in West Africa, only Senegal and Ivory Coast, East Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania also doing the right things. And this one came from Rashid Conte, where they say most of the success stories about Sierra Leone is cooked up by the SLPP members who pose to be civil societies. Example, IGR, owned by Andrew Lavalley, and many others who are Southeasterners. And somebody, they say, Mayata Masako, they say, why Samuel should not say my government waiting. And this one, they come up from HK Mail. It says Sierra Leone is going to be worse than Haiti and Lebanon combined because of tribalism. We hope it not be so, and we pray that it not be so. Daddy, they say, I'm so worried that Sierra Leone may end up okay, maybe under Haiti of Colombia. Let us pray. Indeed, we hope that you know go that path there. I understand on a concern. And this one they come from Abubakar Show, where they say what Samora statement has to do with Sierra Leone. He is responsible for what is going on today in Sierra Leone. And Alusain Sankara Kamara, they say there is lack of coordination within members of state citizens. For Sierra Leone, everyone is thinking, living, and doing alone. And of course, this one they come out from Mohammed Jallo, where they say Salon Fire Force is a crap. Yeah, look, all the fire force vehicles are all not in good condition. And Bintu K, they say, this fire business na Salon, it don't pass mark. Now we country early morning today na 34 Medicine Hospital. Then go on. They go on. Me ambulance something wrong somewhere. And Adama Mambu, they say, my wish, oh God, as this fire incident becoming an episode, let the next engulf the entire family state. Okay, all right. And this one, they say, all the go way mother they go in, no they bring come, nothing come. Abdul Tara, they say, what happened to the rest of the fire hydrant? And Adama Manisa, I wish God will have trapped all of them in that incident. And Ahmed Kamari say, how can the fire department rely on the Minister of Information for updates on the State House fire? This is the end of story. Well, now so it happened now. You can't just say anything now. As long as the government agency department, there is I think they want just make sure say the information. Let you know can say something where government's not satisfied, where they bring for manage the information, simple. Micromanage the information. That's the point. Mohammed Suleiman Kurumadi say, brother, come on talk. This now another thief backdoor happening. Then okay. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok, this is Abdul. I miss most of the program. I start, but I get busy.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree make mention of the fire hydrants in Freetown.
Yeah, according to resource.
Mr. Komon-Tok, how we considering a reverse? Mr. Komon-Tok, to be honest with you, Freetown, the setup, now be a well-organized city. What do you mean just need from government to government, and for just continue for improve? as the world improve.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, when we pass now and they see big H them, they indicate say hospital around there. Now the same way I grow up na Freetown. I attend Ebenezer Infants. That Ebenezer Church, the one way facing Siptop Street, between Siptop Street and Regentro Junction, you see a yellow metal sign there. The background are yellow, then with a white H. The H they represent hydrants. I remember when I was small, somebody in tell me say, anytime when I see this H, when I see this tear for water. And Fire Force King Kanye, when they try to open the hydrants, and that's why they glad in the street because of the water for play. But who say all lengths and they go? I mean, countless of hydrants in the country. Thank you.
All right, so take another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Mr. Komon-Tok, Mr. Ex-Civilian.
Yeah, hey, ex-civilian, you get a platform. Go ahead.
Mr. Komon-Tok, yeah. Africa man, we don't know what in our maintenance. Mr. Komon-Tok, we all na Europe now, we get motocar the majority of we.
Yeah.
There is time where they go change in motocar oil, they go change tires from winter to summer. You know, all renting in the while you have to be mobile. You get to be standby because of work. You get to go to work. Mr. Komon-Tok, I go visit one of my friend who all grew up in the Okna Fire Force. Central Fire Force. Can you just imagine? You know how many motocar and team up for the way they not get tired? When they not get tired? Ordinary tires, when no reach 10 million for fix 6 tires. You know how many motocar and team up for the? Go there and see. Ordinary tires. Won't be to say, Mother Bio, if they fly, the money where they use, you don't do for buy 2 or 3 Fire Force machine there. You can just imagine them machine, that Fire Force machine, where be they pump the water at the building. The thing not get compressor yourself. You don't get compressor where you go pump the fire, go right up. They not get Fire Force the way they get leather. When person they go up the ladder, then they shoot the ladder, go right up the building and pump the fire. They don't get time.
I imagine what they talk like Nensaya, they see, I imagine. Yeah, I imagine.
You know, the Fire Force machine and then one company they build in Austria, what they call Rosenbauer. Rosenbauer are the best builders for Fire Force. Now the Fire Force then they use all over the world. Any airport to say, even airport, if you don't get Rosenbauer machine, believe me, European Union, the flight not the can of your country. Because their machine and they go up to half kilometer, then they send water. Can just imagine where that machine they send water at the building, when not even it reach half of the building. Papa God. Africa, I don't know when we go take maintenance, very important.
Yeah, I think you're right. The culture of maintenance is a big issue. If we want to go back for acts, look like, for example, where Ebola became. We spend huge amount of money for buildings, structures. If you go there, one journalist, I don't forget his name, but that guy was doing a fantastic job. It was all over the place, taking some pictures, videos, and then bringing it to the public, and just for let people and see what's happening with those things. It's really pathetic. He said, you know, they imagine this. They show the money which government don't spend on this, and yet still nobody know they do anything. But then, you know, lack of maintenance is an issue. But anyway,
Mr. Komon-Tok, them places they for reserve them for emergency.
Yeah,
you can just imagine for reserve them for emergency.
Yeah. Anyway,
like Germany, we get emergency disaster center where anything happen. Because it don't happen to me 2 times. I live near the train station. Anytime they excavate it, and they find bomb there.
No.
When they find bomb there, now that place they carry with that emergency center. Everything they do, everything. And then the maintenance is clean so. They don't care if we go to 2 times because then they discover bomb there anytime at that train station there. So Narambe can left that place. They finally, because anytime when they want to do anything, they discover bomb them.
Oh, you better really
Unless they bring the bomb expert from Berlin, they remove the bomb, all anything, and they take with days within that center.
All right.
But along that Ebola, they a very good place for open emergency center, like where anything happen, then they take the people and carry and go, they go lodge them till where everything go fine. Then they take them go back and they visit them.
All right, thank you very much, my brother, ex-civilian. Thank you for a brilliant suggestion and contribution. As always.
Welcome, Mr. Komon-Tok. Welcome. Thank you for the show.
Yeah, thank you. Always, we appreciate your contribution. All right. This one they come up from Mohammed Suleiman. They say, "But come on to this now. Another thief back don't happen. Then don't sell all the government supplied medicine to pharmacy them huge money and burn the stuff for avoid evidence. This was how NPA was doing." And I don't know if I wouldn't take this one. Abubakar Shaw, they say, with all the money this president has used to travel around the world with no benefits in return, that money should have been used to improve our fire services. And this one they come up from Life Mind. So they say them physical attributes, way then they link the fires to the twisted narrative. All them buildings, all them buildings, no. So then for check themselves. Yes, this na concerned citizen from the Komon-Tok.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, concerned na bad part.
My brother, thanks so much for the good work we do. You know, we still will get hope. We dey pray for that country day. You know, thank God we get people like on kind them where they come out with evidence, then they come with daily issues, them. You know, to win. Where they make with the land. One thing we make you always they tell people that we don't get civil war in that country, they come to an end. You know, so any government where we get, instead of you come transform the life of the people, you say they can't tyrants and all that stuff, then they go ask them Gaddafi the outside and they in their me and all that stuff, then the outside and they like today. You know, that's not the way they last forever.
Absolutely.
Nothing not the way they last forever. It just sad normal way we people and they suffer presently in that country. You know, we don't know. Now then they take fire business very serious. How many innocent people and they with their property, their house they don't burn, they don't lose property, then some man don't become homeless because of who side they manage, they don't burn. Government not able to take us serious, you know. I don't even understand that. Yeah, the flood not go up one day. We say you build yourself there for bono because the way everything they go so bad, you know, we never understand. Let God just take control. Let God help with country. Now that we pray to God for. Let God help with the bad people. Let on time let visit them and bring the good people and carry the transform that country. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you for joining us as always. And all right, maybe we'll take 10 more of we comments from the comments side. And Bank, they say, what evidence does she have to back a claim? From 2007 to 2018, our come electricity was not the causes for burning of properties. See trouble. Mary J, they say, this is so sad. What is going on in our country? And Rakia, they say this is really what they are doing, destroying evidence, but karma will deal with them. And Almami Koroma, they say then use for during Pakaba intent. And All right, yeah, Kelvin, thank you very much, my dear friend. You are well recognized. Thank you for joining us as always. And again, KK, as always, thank you for joining us. You're well recognized. And Aminata, thank you for joining us. Okay, and this one they say Omar Bongo they say confirm reliable source na thief then don't thief na keketoma your office after then put fire for hide evidence. And this one they come out from Chenny, or they say the thing that troubled me most is the unnecessary convoy of vehicles behind the president. Whilst there is no functioning fire engine in the country, SLV government cannot prioritize. And Isaac Mangual, they say APC be careful of terrorism act because of fire in Salon. All right, so Fambul, I think now this we get time for the comments as well as the course as well as the studio almost the clock with 2 hours okay budget for Naya. And if you just join me, well, this is the program Komon-Tok. Today we'll be looking at issues where we all don't know where it cause very distressing they cause distress for we as a nation, the fire incidents across the country. And of course, we also look at briefly about IMF. We'll be there with Peter, and we're still with Community Action for Human Security. As you don't listen some of the quotes as well as the comments from we people, like Komon-Tok. What are you take? No, Uneda gets you. It seems as if you line the break. Uneda gets you.
Okay, you didn't get me now.
I think it better. But now already now you know someone nowadays you. Now you know say this.
Okay. Yeah, so waiting at they say it's good that we dey come out and begin for speak out to issues them where they affect the country and also to the Sierra Leoneans that we get a lot of invested interest into looking at happen in Salon. And they input them all relevant because we serve where they within the country, you they see what they happen and you know they resonate with you as of waiting exactly they go now with the love country. All the things that we use for no way we small, where we think they're impossible now they will say they are possible. And one of the things where I want to comment for say the government want to get one hub of information we come more, we no go be disrupted, we down they no go bring you, down they no go bring you. And over the past years, from where Abraman Rados were already as Minister of Information.
Yeah, I think with the struggle, with the struggle forget you, Peter. Maybe we'll left on for another day. Let yourself not struggle too much because it will not get you. I mean, the lines seem to crack, and maybe we'll just stop the program here and we go hope forget you back another day, probably next week back. On Tuesday for if we analyze some of these issues and any other one will come. We go tap because the line they crack. I know say you want you want try for make we understand more.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. So Fambulaya, we tap the program for today. We tell you plenty thank you. As always, the program there super interesting. And now they make they get what they say, the flavor, the maggi, the aroma, No, I mean, it's a kudos to we all. And this is not about us as Komon-Tok. It's about we all. You they call, you they watch, one they call. No, not all. Because in fact, the one they call them Bokupas and they call, which means, our strength, then they make they recognize. And of course, some people are comfortable for call and talk. Some people are comfortable for write. And that make we open up this. We say we're not tripartite. We're not the call side. We're not the we get so they talk. We get the comment section. And we know what now we practicalize the tripartite. And it work for we anyway. So it's really, really, really these are the things what they keep we going on because people are showing high level of interest in the country. And that's patriotism. But we just continue to build up and now be sincere to what we do. And we can't change Sierra Leone if we look the country through a political lens. Unless we break that barrier there, that's not the negative part of democracy, because democracy, particularly in an African setting, it polarized and people then mainly when they look patriotism, they come through the political party. If not a political party, then a power, then they serve, they say they're patriotic. But if not in a power, then get vice versa. So then get to how they look at things. But I believe, and I always talk this every day, Salon not going to remain so forever. There must be a time where we say, Alhamdulillah. God know it will. Just like we'll begin at the program. Somebody call us Salon and say, God get Bokutim. Where they think of. Indeed. God get Bokutim. God get Bokutim where they think of. We get countries where it's serious. China na 1 billion a day. Sometimes we get India na 1 billion. So if we're not serious, it's not left to will. But I'm sure faces and calm. Good people. There are good people actually. They are sincere, genuine, good people way able to change that country. It's just that
we're ready to change the country. Yeah.
But one key thing is that the civil engagement, what they do, so civic education, the engagement, what they do, so what they bring issues without favor, without Sidonaya for representing a political party. Of course, some political party within our position will benefit what they do, but that don't mean that the interest will they serve, because I think it's just part of what did they say? Active citizenship, where we all for activate now we mind. Now we do so. But anyway, it's a blessing for all of us. We pray that God bless each and every one of we, whatever challenges we go through, whether in marriage, whether in documents, whether in just for leave the standard one, whether you want travel documentation, whatever. And we don't get that prayer day. When I remember, when I donate more than 50 bags of rice, this platform, that's alone. And guess what? The entire country now on a share. So I'm sure, I believe that that's therefore be rewarded by God in different way. I'm not going to tell you when, go how, but be rest assured. And this now waiting the clergymen then tell me when you do good, I good they follow you. And when I don't do good, and we just sit on and wait for you good. The goodness get for come. Until then, me and Mr. Komon-Tok. Bye bye.
You must listen very carefully to your enemies, because sometimes they tell you the truth that you do not want to hear but need to hear. Sometimes you are surrounded by a coterie of people who pretend to be your friends, but they are not. They are friends of the office that you hold and the things and the doors that you can open for them. That requires discernment. That requires detachment. That requires focus. That requires selflessness. That requires intellectual firepower and spiritual contentment. Easier said than done. Power, it is said, corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But I remember the great Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere used to say that when you are called upon to serve, remember that you are not necessarily the best, but you've been given the honor and privilege of serving. That is why we call you honorable. That is why sometimes we even call you excellency, not because you are excellent yourself, but we expect you to do excellent things. If you surround yourself with the wrong people who will continue to worship you, very soon you get used to being worshipped, then you become a demigod and you become hostile to truth and you become attracted to flattery. The strength of character is very important, and power does not change people. Power reveals who you truly are or truly are. I've interacted with individuals even across this continent, men and women who mean well and they serve well. I was telling a friend of mine who is a senior politician in Kenya that one of the greatest hallmarks of a servant leader is that when he or she receives a letter from a citizen, he or she acknowledges the letter. And I've dealt with many African heads of state, and to their credit, quite a number of them, they will cause the letter to be acknowledged. In Kenya, which is my country, you write to leaders, they never respond. Never. Because there is arrogance, which is tragic. So what must one do when one gets into public office? Humility must never abandon you. I've had the opportunity myself of serving in public spaces in this country on 3 different occasions. And in my view, have never changed. I've always realized that power is temporal and that you only do your bit and leave. As William Shakespeare once said, all the world is but a stage. We have our comings and goings. If you remember that, you'll remember to always have humility as your shadow. Most African politicians, I'm very reluctant to use the word leaders when I make reference to most African politicians. They occupy positions of leadership, but they are not leaders, most of them. First of all, the intention with which they enter into leadership is the problem. They seek office because they love power and privilege and opportunity that it provides to them. They want to become wealthy, and the easiest and shortest avenue to wealth in Africa today is public office. With the minimum effort, you become a multi-millionaire. They go there in order to be worshipped, and they go there not to do the right thing. And once they have been in office, they do so many wrong things that it becomes dangerous for them to leave office. So their continued occupation of office is also to ensure that they enjoy immunity that comes with office. But when you are a good leader who does the right thing, you do not fear to leave office because nothing has changed. And I've seen leaders of that ilk in this part of the continent. And there are quite a number of sprinkling of leaders who have left office and are doing great things. Joaquim Chissano in Mozambique. Ifikepunye Pohamba in Botswana. People like my good friend Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, Ali Hassan Mwinyi in Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa, Joaquim Chissano, as I've said, of Mozambique. These are people who have left office and nothing is happening to them because they are men and women of integrity. John Mahama of Ghana. There are quite a number of them now across the continent who do not fear being out of office, and they are doing great things once they leave office. But there are others who will never leave office, because the day they leave office,
paved the way. Oh, now we the young for better tomorrow. No more tears, no more sorrow. We go shining like the truth must show. Come on, talk together, we go grow. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat. Come on, talk where the minds go meet. Come on, talk, this now we voice. R&B soup, we the make the choice. From politics to health, we the stand firm. Migration and vibes, we the come from. Come on, talk, now the place to be. We the young and clear for you and me. Come on, talk, oh yeah, we there. For the future, we the pave the way. Oh, come on, talk, oh yeah. We the talk and we'll make we hear. From Freetown to the world, we go spread the news. Come on, talk, now the platform we choose. Spread the news. Come on, talk, now the platform we choose. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we the yarn about the things we the hold strong. Political talks, we no go shy. Migration stories should no go die. Entertainment, we go dance to the beats. Health and well-being, make we rise from we sit. This now we platform, we go speak the truth. For the young and the old, now we voice be the roots. Oh, come on, talk, you go hear we loud. We no go hide, we gon' make we proud. From Salon to the world, we just stand and talk. Come here, we on, now we message for all. Come on, talk, this now we voice. R&B soup, we make the choice. From politics to health, we just stand firm. Migration and vibes, we the come from. Come on, talk, now the place to be. We the young and clear for you and me. Come on, talk, oh yeah, we there. For the future, we the pave the way. We talk about the health, we need that for survive. Make the system better so we people go thrive. Entertainment this week, the music, the flow. But we still go young, the things we need to know. Political leaders make una hear the cry. We go talk and yeah, no, we no go lie. Now come on, talk, we the stand for the truth. Make we rise for the sake of the youth. Oh, come on, talk, you go hear we loud. We no go hide, we go make me proud. From Salon to the world, we the stand to talk. Come here, we young, now we message for all. Come on, talk, this now we voice. R&B soup, we the make the choice. From politics to health, we the stand firm. Migration and vibes, we the come from. Come on, talk, now the place to be. We the young and clear for you and me. Come on, talk, oh yeah, we there. For the future, we the pave the way. Oh, now we the young for better tomorrow. No more tears, no more sorrow. We go shining like the truth must show. Come on, talk together.